Well, what a weekend we had. But in this video, we're going to talk about Crypto.com, Cronos and Crob, but also Bitcoin. Lots of things going on for Bitcoin. Lots and lots of things. And also Ethereum as well. Yeah, some big news coming out. So stay tuned and we'll get into that in a minute. But that weekend was absolutely crazy. That Iranian and Israel issue that came along and dumped the market. I saw some altcoins dropping down to 50%. It was absolutely... heart was in my mouth, and I was sort of salivating because I thought, now this is an opportunity. When people started to sell, I started to buy, and when we hit around about that, I think it was just around about that 12 pence mark, I had to buy because I was sitting at the computer as it was dropping down, and I thought, I've got to buy some more CRO. I was expecting Crob to drop down, but Crob is holding up pretty well. But yes, CRO started to drop down. I thought 12 pence, that's it. I said I wasn't going to do it, because you sort of start running out of money. I don't know if everybody else finds that, but you start running out of money. And yeah, I thought, well, I've got to do it. So I scrambled to get some money together quickly and bought some up. But in this video, yeah, we're going to talk, like I said, about Cronos, Crypto.com and Crob, Bitcoin. You know, it's like crazy times. But obviously, that dip was an opportunity. But like I said, all that fear that I heard coming out was pretty interesting, really, because we're right in the early stage of this bull market, but I think it was just a lot of things, not just the Iranian and the Israel conflict, but it was also getting that Wells notice for Uniswap as well. And is the Fed going to be cutting rates or not, or actually getting rumours that they're going to be increasing rates? It's like, well, wow. But this is like an opportunity in my eyes. So, like I said, I took that opportunity. And you can see Crypto.com, or should I say Cronos at the moment, we touched that support twice there. We hit it again, third time, and then we fell through it. But like we came back through and we suddenly come back to the upside. That volume came in and pushed us back into that wedge. And like I said, if we could keep on going. Now, I'm not saying that we're suddenly going to go parabolic up again, because we just don't know. Because we've got to bear in mind when I talk about that Bitcoin ETF, and not the Bitcoin ETF, the Bitcoin halving. After normally the halving, it's a lot of choppy kind of thing, where it'll chop longs and shorts out, especially if you're in the leverage. But over here, CRO just absolutely regained support again here, got through that resistance, gained support again, and then basically, hopefully, we can make a way to the upside. I'm feeling really bullish. As I said in your videos, even with these dips, I feel bullish because we're in a bull market. And I think some people who have been through that bear market, that 2-3 years of bear market and all that FUD, it's sort of got conditioned to be like, well, we've got to keep going down. But I've conditioned myself actually to not panic sell when we have these big dips, and actually, do I take them opportunities? Because really not. The bear market is nowhere near in. There's too much bullish narratives happening, especially for Crypto.com and CRO. Because like I said, you can see here, Crypto.com, regulatory Dubai, and will we get this for with Hong Kong as well? Because we know now we've got that Bitcoin ETF in Hong Kong. And then we've also had with Crypto.com, who's one of the sponsors for the Paris Blockchain Week. There's lots of going on, and then unfortunately we had these Uniswap issues coming along, which actually started to push the market down. But such a lot going on as well, and you can see Cecilia's just put a whole list of things on here, an absolute bunch of stuff. What Crypto.com have been listing, doing, and it's non-stop. It just seems to be. They keep building all the time, and I'm waiting for that Hong Kong license to get given the go-ahead, because that's big, especially as we're seeing this Bitcoin ETF in Hong Kong getting, and the Ethereum one as well, getting approved, which is, I don't really think it's been factored in. But Crypto.com, they just keep on building. And like I said on the charts, they're just chopping around sideways at the moment, and altcoins are starting to recover from the dip of the weekend. And this is just showing the market strong. Yeah, people are saying the retail are not in yet, but they will return. They are starting to return gradually, but not at a fast rate. And at some point, they will come in. Because I haven't got the article on me now, but it's like there's a London race for the mayor of London. And I think Brian, I can't remember his last name, is offering Bitcoin, £100 worth of crypto to the voters, So it is getting there, and there's so much bullish narratives happening with these ETFs and the halvings, and there's opportunities there. All I say is, don't get flushed out. They want you to sell. They want you to sell because they want to push that price lower and lower. And as soon as you sell, I've done it before. As soon as you sell, I've done it before, sell, and then it sort of pumps up, and you think it's going to go lower and lower, and then it doesn't, and you think, oh my gosh, I've got to buy in higher now again. So yeah, just be aware, and like I said, have a risk management. But we can see Crob's not done too bad. Look at that. It's like, if I get this measurement up on this, Crob, 122%, and that was like from the 11th to the 12th. Yes, we have come down a bit, but obviously we're coming down, and now we're back on the rise again. So really, not really any kind of massive rejection or anything like that. I really do think if as long as Cronos, crypto.com, Bitcoin make the way up, this is going to make its way up as well. And I did buy a little bit around this area here, and then obviously we dropped down that bit there, coming back up now. So on the bit what I bought here, we're sort of like breaking even on that now. So obviously, hopefully on and onwards and upwards, because like I said, you just got to bear in mind, people haven't got that much money anymore. People have been DCAing for a long time. And at some point, a lot of people, average people like us, we just end up coming out with zero, no money to put in. But I've got the crypto.com card, and I as well. So every time I spend, I get a bit of CRO. So you could say I'm DCAing it all the time, actually every day. But anyway, let's go check out. Let's have a look, see what's been happening with Bitcoin. So as I've been saying recently, you know, we've got that Bitcoin halving coming up, April the 20th. We're down to 692 blocks now. 4 days to go, and I can't believe it's come so quick, but we've got the Bitcoin halving coming up, and that is really mega bullish catalyst. And people saying, well, why is it bullish? Well, obviously everything gets cut in half, the supply gets cut in half. But what I'm really bullish on, if you look at this chart here, we got like, this was in 2012, we had a 385% gain. Then we had an 8,000% gain. Then coming into 2016, we had 284% gain. And then basically going on to the next one, we had around about 538% gain. That's in 2020. And then obviously we're coming into now. So what is going to happen? So basically the history shows us after the Bitcoin halving, generally that is where the big move starts to happen for Bitcoin. And obviously we all know what happens to the altcoins. They absolutely go mental, and that's what I'm prepared for. But we can see Bitcoin at the moment, it's regaining that area what's started to become resistant, but now is regaining its support again. So we're getting back into this wedge. It's like I said, it's just choppy sideways action as we're coming in to that Bitcoin ETF. What happens after that Bitcoin ETF? Obviously, like I said, that's the time when it will start going parabolic way. I'm not guaranteeing it, but obviously what history shows you, that seems to what happened. Could we just go past this and just go choppy sideways and just chop around, chop out, especially if you leverage? It's maybe a bit dangerous, I don't know. But obviously choppy sideways, then on the way up, unless we have some sort of bad news that comes out, some sort of World War III thing come out, something like that, then it might just change everything. But you know, you look at the pie cycle at the moment, people saying at the weekend, oh, the top's in. You could look at the pie cycle here, and it shows you pretty much closely where the top was in. And you can see here, so we can see here, it sort of like topped in on 2014, then it sort of topped again in 2018, and then 2021. And then look at that, we're not even crossing over, on and onwards and upwards, here we go. So yeah, it's showing you basically that the top is not in as of yet. So we've got a long way, and also the funding rates have come negative now, which is again is major bullish. And like I say, we've got so many bullish things happening at the moment. We can look at the altcoins as well. Look at that, we're all in neutral all week at the moment. So it's like everything has reset, getting ready for that Bitcoin halving. Now, obviously, we want to start to see more retail coming in. And I really do think what's going to happen is once we've had this Bitcoin halving and we really start to see Bitcoin making some major moves, that is where I really do think retail could start coming in even more, because they start to say, oh wow, look at all this, it's all on the news again. And yeah, we see snippets of Bitcoin on the news now and again, but like we did last time, it was constantly talked about. And that's when the retail come in. That's only if they've got money, because obviously with what's been going on, a lot of retail haven't got money, and a lot of people I know haven't really got any money. But some people will find a little bit of money somewhere to hopefully that can change their lives, or actually help with their current situation. I don't know, but that time will tell on that one. But also, like I said, we've got this liquidation map as well. It's still pushing us up to that $72,000 mark. So we're, like I said, we found that local bottom there, and we're pushing our way up. It should be interesting to see what happens in the US market opens. But like I said, but also we've got to bear in mind, we've now, what will the ETFs be for the US? That would be interesting to see. But also now we've got breaking, as I mentioned earlier in the video, we've got Hong Kong just approved the spot ETF. It says here, approved Bitcoin ETF issues as Harvest Global Investment, China Asset Management, Hashkey and Bosery. OSL Digital Securities will provide custody for the Harvest and CAM Bitcoin ETFs. So when we all saw China saying, oh, that's a ban, look what's happening now. They've changed the tune again, and now we've got all these ETFs. So that could bring in more push to the upside, and like we have been seeing. So I really don't think this Hong Kong Bitcoin ETF has been priced in yet. I really don't. I have not seen any major price action yet. Time will tell. As soon as they start going, that's it. I think prices on the onwards, plus with the Bitcoin halving as well. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Like I said, give us a like and give us a subscribe. It's always much appreciated. And I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Take care.